Yo, man. Boom, it's Rusty. It's Monday here in the internet world. I am here today. I have a special guest today from the world of stuff to make you feel a lot better. And she's a Reiki, and I want to bring her on before I talk about anything else. And I'm going to let her tell more of the story. Right here, right now, Jordan Maxwell. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing really good today.
Cool.
I'm down here in Georgia. It's a beautiful day, so we're enjoying it. And this is my first time actually being a guest, so I'm super excited.
Oh, okay. Do you have a podcast then yourself?
I do not. I have a couple friends that have podcasts, and as I've just started my own holistic healing business, I just thought maybe I should get in touch with some podcasters because I know lots of people have questions about the things I do, different alternative ways of healing and, making themselves feel better mentally, physically, spiritually, all that good stuff. So I was like, maybe I should connect with some podcasters. I mean, I'm open to talking about anything. So here we are.
Perfect. Well, especially finding other people who are doing sort of the same general making people feel good.
Yeah, type of work for sure.
Yeah, like the way I became a hypnotist, I got a book and there was two jobs. I was looking for a new job, and one of them was a hypnotist and one was a Reiki. And I chose hypnotist. But I don't know. It was just like choose one or the other, and so that's where I went. But so how did you become a Reiki? What got you interested in that world?
Yeah, so I got my level one certification back in 2021. I got my level two certification last year in 2022. And then in 2023, I plan to finish the final level, which is the master teacher training. But how I got here, great question. It started in 2020. And I feel like we hear that a lot. Well, in 2020, when COVID hit, yes, when COVID hit, things changed so much. Oh, they changed so much. I had moved to Nashville, Tennessee for a bit. I had some emotional problems going on up there. I was trying to finish my last semester of college, super overwhelmed. I didn't have access to traditional types of therapy. So I started looking up alternatives and somehow I came across Reiki. I did my research into it. I was amazed. I found a practitioner in my area where I was at. I went and saw her, and for my first session, she was telling me things and asking me questions that I was like, there is no freaking way she knows this. And so
Yeah.
I just got on a consistent basis of seeing her, and it really changed my life. And then as I just got to that point in my own journey of healing and feeling better about myself and life in general, I was like, I want to do this for other people. So I looked into it, did it. Here I am. Like I said, started my business a couple months back in September. So here we are. I'm trying to let other people know that they have other options as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely other options. And I mean, with uh do you know kind of about what the success rate is for Reikis? Is that sort of something that like if as compared to traditional therapy, like how does Reiki
Oh, okay. Yeah.
do in comparison?
Um, I don't have any type of statistics or numbers for you.
Okay.
Because Reiki is still, since it's considered a holistic or an alternative practice, typically people use it in conjunction with traditional in Western medicine. So sometimes there's actually both. You could be getting traditional therapy, seeing a therapist, and then you could be seeing a Reiki practitioner just to help you with maybe more. Well, they're both deep healing. They're both very deeply healing. So I would say it really just depends on the type of person and how open you are to certain types of experiences. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'll say about that.
Okay.
But no, I feel like they're both very, very beneficial. And at least for me, going to Reiki is a type of therapy for sure, I would say.
So did you So if you're doing therapy now, are you doing one-on-one? Are you getting people in groups or anything? Or are you
Mhm.
I mean, do you have your own office? Are you going to people's houses? Are you what or doing it online?
So this is my favorite thing about Reiki. It actually can be sent via distance or remotely. So I'm accessible to anyone anywhere in the world that would want to work with me. That's one thing I really love about it. Because we're trained to establish that connection to them. And so we can still send healing in a similar way as if I had somebody in front of me. So right now, typically how it works is you can have your own space, your own private space to practice, or you can find spaces to rent out just like any other type of business. So right now I work on a commission base at an herbal shop here where I stay at. She lets me use her room. I just let her know, hey, someone's looking to come in for a session. Is the room available? Yeah, she'll tell me yes or no. And then we kind of work it out that way where, we split it. So
That's
um,
a good deal there.
yeah,
I
and I'm open to going to people's houses, but I really prefer them to come to me because I know the energy in that space is already very intentional.
Well, and plus too, another thing with going to people's houses, um, this is something I learned. Uh, if you go into someone else's house, like there's all kinds of insurance kinds of things.
Right.
Someone could say, "Oh, you stole my priceless painting out of the thing," or
Yeah,
um, it's kind of a touchy thing to go into other people's houses, but
absolutely.
so I would be a little bit hesitant on that unless you really know the person with that
I don't
one, but if
typically.
you if
I've
yeah, if
never
you can
done
avoid
it.
it, yeah, if you can avoid it, avoid it.
Yeah.
Just I mean, it's so much better with hypnosis, I found with people just doing the Zoom, like, it's awesome because I had a commercial. I made a commercial, like, I don't know, 4 years ago. So I had an office when I was living in Oregon,
Mhm.
and then I moved to Minnesota, and I thought I was gonna be snowed in for 6 months out of the year, but so I was like, I'll go and get this. I'll start, I worked with some people who
Mhm.
didn't really like leaving their house. So I started getting into doing the Zoom calls, and then people were still really iffy about it, and then COVID happened, and everyone really, really, um, got okay with the idea of doing it that
Mhm.
way,
Right.
doing Zoom, and so I was, like in my commercial, I'm like, you can stay in your bed, you can stay in your chair, you can be wherever you are at home and be comfortable. You don't have to go into someone's office. If you want to go into someone's office because you want that kind of thing, that's totally cool if you want to do that. But also, it's just as effective if you want to sit at home,
Exactly.
get your favorite blanket and your
Mhm.
teddy bear, and you can chill out. You can turn. I mean, with mine, you can just turn the thing off if you want, turn the video off, and just do a call. But
Yeah,
um, I mean, yeah, things have changed. So
they
it's
really
nice being able to do that.
for sure.
And so then what I mean, what's kind of your person that you've is there a certain type of person that you go for, or is it really up to anybody, or do you have a certain one that you've treated so far that you really like?
As far as my clients,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I have a favorite client, but I love working with all of them individually because they are individual. They're unique. Their circumstances are unique, the way that they've grown up, their worldview perspective. So it's just really nice that I get to work with a variety of people. I mean, nothing in my job every day is different. It's always something different. Anytime I also pull cards. So, like, anytime I pull cards, they're different, and they apply to the different situations that people have going on in their lives. Reiki, I work with anybody. I've had older clients who are, maybe in their 60s or older. I've had people my age, people in their 40s. Reiki is really just about anyone who is open to the experience and just open to the healing. So I don't really have a favorite. I just if I'm out and about, I might see someone and I might notice if they have on, certain like crystal jewelry, or I might get a certain type of vibe from them. And if like I get a good vibe, I'll be like, oh, you look kind of spiritual. Here's my card or something like that. So sometimes if I like feel the vibe when I'm in public, I'll try to talk to someone, but otherwise I just let them find me.
So is that your marketing strategy then?
Let them find me.
Let them find you or find people on the street? Is that kind of where you're going with that? Or
So
how are people finding you? Or, I mean, how are you
putting
getting to that
myself out
spot?
there.
Yeah.
So this is one way, of course, connecting to other people who love to just share about a range of topics, or people who like to talk specifically about spirituality and holistic health. So finding people like that, establishing those connections, because if you already have something in common, well, it makes sense. I get to help you out, you get to help me out. So there's always that transactional aspect to it of working with people who have their own business or things like this, like a podcast. But the area I'm staying in now, I also just moved here 6 months ago, which is when I started my business. So it's been kind of a mix of connecting and learning the area, period, and then also finding like my niche in my people. So I've gone to like some businesses. I do a lot of online marketing as far as
How
social media.
so?
Just posting a lot of informational things, because like I said, a lot of people don't know what Reiki is. They've never heard of Reiki. They don't know it's an alternative that's available to them. So I'm trying now to do a lot of educational things that, it can help you with physical things. It can help you with mental illness. It can help you with chronic pain. So yeah, just a lot of education right now, and just spreading the word and trying to get those followers up. So
So so then is it like Facebook or something that you're doing this for? So it's right now it's like friends and family and you're trying to branch out from there, or
no, I just have a business Facebook page, and I've just followed and connected to other like holistic pages and practices, just hoping we can kind of all piggyback off of each other, like I said. So I do post on Facebook. I just started the Facebook page. I just got my official website up. So that's
ooh, congratulations.
thank you. Instagram. I have an Instagram page, and then I have a TikTok and a Twitter page. So I'm trying to get on all the platforms.
Yeah. So then are you're making content then? Are you doing making videos of, I mean, what are your TikTok videos?
So my TikTok videos and my Instagram videos, every week on Mondays, actually, today's Monday, I'll post like a card reading for the week for, like one card for all the earth signs, one card for all the air signs, one for all the fire, one for all the water. So I do that every Monday. I'll make a little reel, or I'll make a TikTok. Here's your message for the week. Take it into consideration, keep it in the back of your mind as you move throughout your week. Sometimes I'll just post like a graphic of like if I want to do an affirmation that day, like something just to, start your day intentionally, keep you positive. But I'm trying to do more like face to face, like my face in talking as far as
Yeah.
education. So I do have some content in a Google Doc that I'm going to do some things with here in the next couple of weeks. So some videos are definitely coming for sure.
You got the YouTube shorts are kind of the thing right now to go for. If that's something else to add to it, your other things you're posting too. Yeah, just throw that in there too. Those things are doing really well. That's a good way to get a good amount of views right now. I've seen some people doing that one. So you pulling cards. So you're a card reader too. How'd that come about? Not
So
not like a what are they called? What you're not a card reader like the thing at the,
at the
I don't
fair.
know, at the grocery store. Yeah, at the fair. Well,
um,
no, I was gonna say like at the grocery store, like a card reader or like
oh
one
no.
of those things you put on the end of your phone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
So
that's a bad joke.
you know what? Nah, I don't do that type of card reading. So the card reading I do, how I got into that. So once I started my Reiki journey with the practitioner that I met, Um, I just saw that she had a bunch of cards and she did oracle card readings and things like that. So one day we just got to talking about them and she was like, well, just see how you feel. Go online, look at some decks. If you feel intuitively like you want one, buy one. And I did. I found one that I really liked. Ordered it, and they come with a little guidebook, which I didn't know. They actually tells you how to read the cards, which was really helpful. So I ordered it, and I just loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Pulling the cards, seeing the images that were on there, like the messages in the guidebook, they were all just aligning with things in my life, just the same way that Reiki had. So now I have like 7 decks.
Nice.
So, I just love to do that. It's a really great way to just get some deeper insight into things going on in your life. And that's really a tool I utilized from about 2020 to, I mean, I still utilize it now through 2023. But now, as I started my business, and I grew in my own like confidence, I was like, okay, well, now I can do this for other people too. So, yeah, just kind of trying along the way.
So then if you have 7 decks, how are you deciding which deck to pull up when someone comes in wanting a reading? Or yeah.
Um, so a lot of my work is intuitive based. I just know it'll just pop in my brain. So I might walk over because I have them all like side by side. I might just walk over to them and the name of a deck will just pop in my head and I'll know that's the deck that I need to use, or I'll just feel that energetic connection that's like, okay, use this deck for that reading. And it's not, everyone's different, like I said. So some people I might use one type of deck, and then the next time I see them, I might use another type of deck. But regardless, the message is going to be applicable to whatever is going on. So, yeah.
Yeah. Um, cool. So then what so you're getting your 3rd level here soon for the Reiki. So what's kind of next? What are you is getting the 3rd level, and then are you planning on doing that? Are you planning on getting in teaching, or what's your kind of your next plans here?
Yeah. So, as far as the final level of Reiki training, that's the master teacher level, where yes, I would be able to teach following that program. It's a lot more intensive than the 1 and 2, of course, just like in college or any other school, you have kind of prereq courses and then, you move up, up, up in difficulty level. So it is the final level of certification. I will be able to teach after. And mostly it's for me, but down the road, I'm not opposed to teaching Reiki because I do love it so much. It's not at the forefront of my mind right now because I do have some other things I'm working on, but down the road, I could 100% see myself doing it just because, like I said, I like to educate and share. And if people want to know, well, why not teach them if I know?
Yeah.
So
Well,
definitely want to do that.
so what else you working on?
So right now I am doing the card reading. I'm working on a bit of numerology. I'm looking into that a little bit. I'm looking into palmistry as well. That one is a really ancient form of divination and working with
The palm reading?
yeah, palm reading. And it's actually very, very interesting as I'm continuing my research into that. But I like the numerology as well because I feel like that gives people a, I don't want to say a sense of who they are because like you know who you are, but I feel like it gives them a little bit deeper sense who you are and like helps guide them on their purpose. Because when we see those patterns and we make those connections to, oh, I see how that does apply to my life, or oh, I am that type of person, it's kind of like really reaffirming and like, okay, I'm here for something. I'm not just here to live and die. Like, so those are a couple things I'm working on. And then a couple other things I can't tell you about yet.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So
I
if
like
we
that.
reconvene in a couple months, I'll let you know.
Yeah, well, you should. Okay, so what'd you go to school for? You said you went to school, and then, I mean, I went and I was like, why did I go to school? Like,
So
shoot, what did I do that for?
ironically, even though therapy wasn't accessible to me at the time when I found out about Reiki and stuff, I went to school for psychology.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I worked in behavioral health. I've worked in residential treatment facilities on and
Ooh.
off. And I actually still have a part time working in one right now because I like that aspect of still having, I kind of get to marry the holistic side of it with the traditional side of it. So, like, you get both. I get to teach them about holistic ways. And then, of course, I still get the knowledge or have the knowledge of, just the way the brain works, the way the brain functions, perceptions, views, emotions, mental illness. So I get both sides of it, which I really, really enjoy.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
then, at the residential center,
Yeah.
so then you're doing regular people there as well? Or,
I'm not, I'm not
you're
doing
not?
there. So that's very much my, I guess, traditional job. So there, I'm working to though. I'm working towards somehow incorporating some type of holistic thing into the treatment center. Like there's a yoga studio here and they have a nonprofit where they partner with places like um not hospice, but like elderly homes or residential treatment centers or maybe like veteran places, and they offer yoga classes like at an accessible price. So people can see that there are other things out there than, taking 3, 5 pills a day and sitting at home and just hoping like you're going to feel
Hmm.
better. Like they make it accessible for you to get up, move, enjoy it, build that connection, build that community. And yoga makes your body feel better, and it really makes a lot of people feel relaxed, so it helps with the mental too.
So do
So
you do
I'm
yoga?
hoping to I'm so this is what I'm working on. I'm working on connecting with that yoga practice so I can partner it with my residential treatment facility so I can start incorporating some different things for them because they're taught coping skills. They have their group sessions. They see their therapist, but I want them to know outside of just medications and things like that, there are other things they can do to make themselves feel better. We talk about coping skills. I like to draw, I love to do art, I like to write, and yoga is another good one. So I want like the kids to know, because they're mainly adolescents, I want them to know that they have other things that could help them feel better as well.
So then are they, um so I don't know, so then it's kinda hard to be able to do that. 'Cause I mean, is there some sort of, like a liability or something of that nature, or
So
is it
that's what I'm gonna have to find out as far as like how the nonprofit works and how that they usually typically get into these centers. It's just an idea in my mind right now. I haven't I'm looking to go to the studio this weekend actually, so I might, and I've been corresponding a bit with the owner about it, just that the idea is out there. But as far as incorporating it and talking to the people at my job, I haven't got to that step yet, but I'm trying to.
well, and getting in with a nonprofit would be a good idea for expanding, and then, they have, they'll have some sort of fundraising events of some sort, and getting in on those, maybe doing, something at their event or offering some sort of voucher to have a meeting with you, might be a thing. I've done that with a few, and it's it's been hit or miss, but it's
Yeah,
a good way to kinda get your name out there,
for sure.
and yeah, it might be better getting in at the event. That might be better, and then, yeah, kinda gauging it from there, but,
Mhm.
um, so let's see. So, okay, I saw you had tattoo on your arm. What was that?
So I'm mad you saw that one because that's like the one I hate the most. It's just from a trip that I went on in 2019. I just got the cities, you know how like Charlotte is like CLT, Atlanta is like ATL. So I got like the cities letters and then the year I went in Roman numerals. But I want to get that covered up because I just did it on a whim. It was, before my flight took off. I was just hanging out downtown and I was like, So yeah, that's not my favorite one, but I do have quite a bit of tattoos.
So was that your first tattoo?
No, my first one was on my rib cage and it was I'm a
Wow.
Taurus. It was a tiny
Uh,
one. It wasn't too intense. I just got my Taurus constellation on the side of my ribs. And then it kind of spiraled from there. Now I have like 11 tattoos. I have like hand tattoos.
Oh yeah,
and
those are pretty cool. What are those on there?
So I have a little dagger. I kind of have like a lotus
Cool.
flower. I have this little janky looking moon. You can tell they're getting faded. This was an upside down umbrella, but it's also fading. And then I have this word that's adsum. And that's actually one of my oracle cards. In the card, essentially, the message is about adsum is a word you can say to basically call yourself back to the present and like to be aware of where you are in the moment and like be enjoy the moment and also remind you that like you are on the right path and like you're headed in the right direction. So I really just like having that little reminder on my hand when I'm feeling anxious and overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, relax, take a deep breath.
Mm,
You're
yeah.
okay. But this hand is
Cool.
blank because it hurt really bad.
Yeah, I'd imagine, yeah, the ones on your hands hurt pretty bad once you start hitting those. I mean, that's all,
Bone.
yeah, little just bone right there. Yeah, it's not one of those areas of the body where it's I don't know, like some parts don't like
Hurt bad.
hurt really at all. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like the upper arm doesn't
Yeah.
really
I'll
hurt.
have two, one here and one here.
Yeah,
Um,
that was, I think that just, I don't know, that seemed like the least painful one
yeah.
of any that, but yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, you got to figure out which ones are doing what, and but every place, can be a certain
Mhm. It's a certain,
reason to put, yeah, put a certain tattoo goes a certain place, and
yeah.
yeah,
Those
and
by far were my, like, like I said, I have a lot of tattoos. The hands were my most painful tattoo for sure. For anybody that wants to know or is thinking about getting a finger, specifically finger tattoos, they hurt.
was that all one session on
Yeah.
your hand?
So yeah, so it was one session. We sat there. I've cried in tattoos before, but these I was really trying to like hold the tears back. I had my head down. I was like,
Oh,
and then we were going to also do this hand, but my artist he wasn't feeling well at the time, so we were like, okay, cool, we'll come back and do it another day. And I'm like, I was kind of like, thanks.
yeah, one hand's good.
Yeah, yeah, they were swollen purple. My hand was kind of swollen,
Oh,
but it was
yeah,
over a couple of days. So
yeah, had to be able to drive home or
right, with
something,
one hand.
with one hand. You can't just drive without no hands there. So,
Mhm.
um, cool. Well, let's see. So, people, if they want to get a hold of you, how are they going to do that? How are they going to go? Hey, Jordan, I want to get booked.
Yeah.
How do you book people? How do people get a hold of you?
So now that I have a lovely little website as of a couple of days ago, you can absolutely check out my website. It's Jordan, JORDAN, holistichealer.com. Jordan Holistic Healer is my handle for pretty much everything. So Instagram, I like to point people towards my Instagram because I feel like that's the one I'm most active on. And then the link in my bio will take you to wherever you need to go. If you want to read more about me, about what Reiki is, my services, all of that is on my webpage. There's a contact me section in case you want to reach out, ask any further questions. But yeah, I mean, you can DM me. I'm open to whatever, talking with anybody. So
All right. And then, yeah, if you want to come back here at some point, yeah, it'd be nice to have you back, and we can get the update.
yes,
Uh, yeah, update. That
all
might,
the secret
yeah,
stuff I have going on. I can't tell you yet, but I'm so excited. So excited. So I will definitely be back to talk about that.
cool. Yeah, and yeah, I might hit you up, see if you want to maybe do a trade here or something. See how you'd be feeling about that one.
For sure.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, thank you very much. And thank you to everyone that is listening here in listening land, or maybe you're watching us because you can. So I hope you enjoyed either way. And that is the show, man.
Thank you.